How to read your smart tape measure. Your smart tape measure is full of so many useful features that make measuring almost effortless to do. Its accuracy, automatic progress tracking, and app integration, to name a few, are what makes it a smart device. All of these additions make your tasks easier. Despite knowing how useful it could be, you might not know how to read a smart tape measure. You might not be familiar with what's on the tape itself. Of course, your measurements are useless if you can't read what is on them. Don't worry. We'll guide you and help you learn how to properly interpret whatever your tool shows you. What are the parts of a tape measure? But first, the Renpho Smart Tape Measure BMF01, despite its simpleness, is an essential tool that is composed of different parts. Understanding its parts and what purpose they serve is crucial for obtaining precise readings. Here are the key components of a tape measure. 1. Tape. The tape itself is the long, flexible ruler that extends from the body of the tape measure. It is where you can manually read your measurements in centimeters and inches. 2. Locking pin. Located at the beginning of the tape, the locking pin is a small cylindrical plastic piece. Placing it in the tape receptacle helps secure the tape in place when measuring, ensuring accuracy and preventing slipping. 3. Body. The body houses the tape and provides stability. It is made from durable plastic materials. The body also includes the LCD screen as well as the battery compartment. 4. Retract button. The retract button is a small button located above the tape. It retracts the tape when pressed. At 150 centimeters or 60 inches, this digital tape measure provides versatility for measuring different objects, from your body to larger projects like picture frames or window frames. By understanding the different parts of a tape measure and how they function, you can ensure accurate readings for any project or task at hand. Reading a tape measure. Doing a tape measure reading may seem daunting at first, but all you need is a little bit of basic understanding and some practice to get used to it. However, you might ask why you need to know how to manually read a tape measure when the Renpho Smart Tape Measure BMF01 does it for you. In fact, as mentioned in the blog, why a smart digital tape measure should be your go-to measuring tool, it can make more accurate readings than you. Remember that while the smart body measuring tape does make better readings, it runs on batteries, and they run out. Therefore, it is essential to know how to do a manual read just in case the batteries die and you don't have any spare ones. With that said, let's walk through how to read a tape measure to ensure that you can confidently measure various objects, body dimensions, and more. How to read standard tape measure. Reading standard tapes can be easy once you understand the different markings. Standard tapes are typically marked in inches, with various increments indicated to provide more precise measurements. Here is a breakdown of the markings from largest to smallest. 1. Inch marks. The largest marks on the tape measure represent whole inches. Each inch mark is labeled with a number indicating the length in inches. 2. Half-inch marks. These marks are halfway between 2-inch marks and are identified by a shorter line. They allow for measurements in half-inch increments. 3. Quarter-inch marks. Located in between the half-inch marks, these marks provide measurements in quarter-inch increments. They are indicated by a shorter line. 4. Eighth-inch marks. These marks further divide the quarter-inch increments into smaller segments. They are usually indicated by shorter lines. In addition to inches, the Renpho Smart Tape Measure BMF01 also has centimeter marks, which are located on the other side of the tape. How to read metric tape measure. As mentioned earlier, the Renpho Smart Tape Measure BMF01 features a centimeter reading. However, this measurement is slightly different from reading an inch-based tape measure. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to read a metric tape measure accurately. 1. Metric measurements. Metric tape measures show measurements in centimeters and millimeters. Centimeters are represented by long markings and millimeters by shorter markings. Each centimeter is divided into 10 smaller units, which are millimeters. 2. Longest mark. The longest mark on the metric tape measure represents 1 centimeter. It is usually labeled with the number 1. 3. Middle mark. In between the long centimeter marks, there is usually a bit shorter mark that represents half a centimeter, or 5 millimeters, which helps in measuring more precise increments. 4. Counting millimeters. To measure smaller increments, start with the nearest centimeter mark and count the millimeter marks to the right. Each millimeter mark represents 1 millimeter. 5. Multiplying by 10. Remember that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So, if you see the number 5 on the tape, it represents 50 millimeters. 5 times 10 equals 50. By following these steps, you can accurately read a metric tape measure and obtain precise measurements in centimeters and millimeters. How to reset your smart tape measure. Like all smart devices, your Renpho Smart Tape Measure BMF01 will encounter errors for various reasons. If ever it comes to the point where you have to reset your tape measure to get your body measurements, all you need to do is to remove its battery for 5 seconds. Afterwards, place the battery back inside the compartment and that should do it. Your Renpho Smart Tape Measure BMF01 should have been successfully reset. Why is it important to learn how to use a tape measure? While the chances of your smart body tape measure running out of battery and not having extra batteries are slim, it can still happen. So, it is essential that you know how to manually read the tool. Not convinced? Here are 5 possible reasons why you need to learn this skill. 1. Measurement accuracy. Accurate measurements are crucial in various fields, such as construction, engineering, carpentry, sewing, and many other trades. This ensures precision and avoids costly mistakes. 2. Communication. Being proficient in tape measure reading enables effective communication and ensures that everyone involved in a project understands and interprets measurements consistently. 3. DIY projects. If you enjoy working on do-it-yourself (DIY) projects around your home or in your personal hobbies, knowing how to read a tape measure is essential. Whether you are measuring a piece of furniture, calculating material requirements, or taking measurements for renovations, having the ability to accurately read a tape measure empowers you to tackle projects confidently and achieve the desired results. 4. Problem solving. Whether you need to determine the dimensions of a room, measure the size of an object, or calculate distances, a tape measure can provide the necessary information. By understanding how to read a tape measure, you can solve measurement puzzles and make informed decisions. 5. Everyday life. Even in everyday situations, such as shopping for furniture or home appliances, knowing how to read a tape measure can be beneficial. You can measure available space to ensure a proper fit, compare sizes of different items, or estimate dimensions for storage purposes. This skill can save you time, money, and frustration by enabling you to make informed choices. Takeaway. Learning how to read your Renpho Smart Tape Measure BMF01 can greatly enhance your measuring accuracy and efficiency. After all, this tool is a must-have when it comes to measuring the length, width, or even height of anything. So, by familiarizing yourself with the device's interface and understanding its various features, you can take precise measurements with ease. Remember to consult the user manual and explore the Renpho Health app to unlock its full potential. Whether you're a professional contractor or a DIY enthusiast, mastering the art of reading your smart tape measure opens a world of possibilities for accurate measurements and successful projects. So, embrace this modern tool and let it empower you in your measuring endeavors.